Hello, Linda here. Today I just wanted to share with you a little update of what I'm up to for December. I actually have a December daily planned, as well as a December Advent calendar countdown for coffee planned. And these are two different inserts, traveler's notebook inserts, standard sized. And it just really didn't occur to me until the end that I actually had two things planned for December that would require like daily upkeep. So hopefully I will be able to stick with it because these are pretty big, like large sized, instead of using like a passport or maybe like a smaller size junk journal. So for my calendar advent, I'm basically having like a different coffee every day. I mean, I pretty much drink coffee every day anyway, but for December, I'm just going to try to do like different kinds of coffee. For each and every single day of the Advent countdown to Christmas, basically. And so I'm just going to document like what I had, whether it might be a picture or just journaling, or like the ephemera, like the actual packaging of like the espresso pod or something like that I am getting, or if I'm like out at a cafe maybe. So the decoration of this standard traveler's insert is using the 2023 coffee themed like stickers, and you can see it all says 2023 even though technically I'm doing this in December 2022. So I decided I needed to add like more of the labeling there, so it says December 2022 Coffee Advent. But of course, all the deco is everything that I have that is like coffee related in terms of stickers, as well as the Traveler's Notebook official like 2023 stickers, and sort of like a little handout that talks about the Traveler's Cafe and like how to make a coffee and that kind of thing. And if you check the official Traveler's Notebook website, like blog, they also have like an article about like the Traveler's Cafe and what it means. Like basically you are at a Traveler's Cafe if you have a Traveler's Notebook and a coffee with you and just journal away. So that is my plan using this craft insert. And basically there's more than enough pages for 25 days. So I can definitely use like a whole spread per day, or even more if there happens to be like larger ephemera to sort of stick in. But I'm going to take this insert to be pretty like simple and straightforward, like literally washi taping or gluing in like the ephemera or packaging of the coffee of the day, and then doing like some quick journaling about how the coffee was, if I liked it or not, and that's about it. So it should be really straightforward. Whereas for my December daily, I am definitely doing more of like collaging, like junk journal type of collaging. And this Traveler's Notebook insert is standard size, but it's not an official Traveler's Notebook insert. It's one that came with my like dupe olive Traveler's Notebook, I believe. So it's like a grid notebook, but I believe it has like 60 pages. So it definitely has enough for a spread a day, as well as like the opening page and the ending page. So that very front page is sort of like the opening page. And then I created these, this like vintage numbers printable to use specifically for this December daily. And you can find this on my Ko-Fi. I will include the link below. It's totally free. Like I basically put it as like $0 in my Ko-Fi shop. So it means you can go and download it directly for $0, or you can pay what you want if you wanted to contribute in any way. But basically, I created this as a printable, and I've printed it on sticky paper, so it just makes it easier for me to like cut it out, and then I'm able to like peel the backing off and stick it into my notebook. And what I'm doing now is basically like prepping. I know that it's always difficult to keep up with any kind of daily journaling, even though it seems minimal. I mean, it's easy to get behind. But if you just spend like a little bit of time prepping, it will definitely help out with the whole process. So I definitely like doing this because it also is easy to sort of create a cohesive look for an entire insert if you sort of lay down a foundation, first of all, using like many of the same supplies. So that would work. So these numbers that I have designed will basically give all of my pages, like spreads, a consistent look because at least I have the number for the day and they all look alike. So first I'm going to cut out all of these numbers and basically gather up all my supplies so that I can sort of go through every single spread and prep all the pages with some type of background or something to start with so that like it's practically partially way done, and that would make it easier for me to keep up like on a day-to-day basis. So normally I don't really like fussy cutting things. It's so much work, but I know some people find it therapeutic, like just cutting maybe like and watching TV or listening to something. But sometimes I will do it. So this design basically has these like blobby kind of shapes. They're not actually like perfect circles, and I guess I could have just like not created the blobby shapes and just made a whole page of numbers, and then you could cut it into whatever shape you wanted. But I usually need a guide for something when I'm freehand cutting in this way. Otherwise, I would be the person that like if I needed to cut a circle, I would keep like going round and round, and then it would end up being like a tiny little dot because I'm trying to like correct myself and it's just not working out. So having like the blobby shape like outline, it just helps me to like cut it out properly. So if you had obviously like a paper punch or something, that would probably make the process go faster, and you could just cut like smaller circles and get like a perfect design. Or if you don't mind sort of the junk journal sort of scrappy look, you could just cut these like straight edged and just have like a mixed vintage paper kind of look. But in my case, I have printed them on sticky paper, and I'm just cutting out every single number so that then I can go back through all the pages of my standard sized insert and put them on. And my thought is, since that it's sort of vintagey, I'm going to start with some kind of like brown paper or vintage text paper as my background, and then add different like colored papers on top, and sort of leave it sort of bare or sparse, because then each day I would be adding in like photo journaling, ephemera, whatever, for each spread. But if I have like this beginning sort of setup already, that's really going to help me out in terms of keeping up. Because I know a lot of people will scrap after the fact and document, but I'm trying to like not do that if I don't need to, because then I will forever be behind with projects, and it would be nice to be able to go along the way like on a daily basis and have everything fresh in my mind, and then at the end of the year already have the insert like practically done. So that is my plan. So I'm just gathering like whatever materials I think I might use right now. And I'm just pulling from my stash of like already printable papers and scraps and things, and just like putting it out on my desk. And as a base, I'm just going to be using this like brown paper bag or like brown packing paper type of thing. And I think since I have a lot of this, I can definitely include a piece of this as sort of the base for every single page, and then go from there before adding my number. And so you can see here I'm like folding the page and trying to like slip it into the center fold nicely. And I always have trouble with this because if you add collage pages like over the center fold line of inserts, sometimes like it's not it'll be like slightly lifted from the center, and then you're like really gonna make your insert wonky the more you add to it. I don't know. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about in the comments. But yeah, it sort of pisses me off all the time. But this happens to me even though I know. So one way to avoid it is that I know, especially like scrapbookers who include a lot of pages, like paper, pattern paper onto their pages, they will actually cut like the piece in half before pasting it on, so they can like glue the left side and the right side like separately. But here you can see I just like pasted it on and it's like sort of wonky funky there. So I don't know if you guys have like a solution for this kind of thing or if that happens to you as well. But you can see moving forward, I'm just gonna avoid like creating pieces that go across the fold. I'm gonna either put it on the left side or the right side because I know a lot of this is gonna be covered up anyway once I add photos or ephemera or other kinds of things. So I don't want to take up like the whole spread or white space or page. So I'm just sort of randomly like putting these foundational pieces on each page spread. There really isn't like a rhyme or reason to it. I'm just spreading them out because obviously there is no way to plan like exactly what you're going to need for that particular page unless you are doing certain things or like certain events are happening, like besides Christmas Day. Obviously in 25 you will know that is Christmas Day. But if you have like particular traditions in your family, maybe you'll be able to plan out like, okay, this day I want like a certain type of layout. But if not, I think it's fine to just sort of like, just let yourself like go free and glue and let intuition sort of take over, because after the fact you just have to react to what's on the page and sort of like work with it, and that might be a really nice creative challenge as well. And I think most of the times it's probably not a big deal, so you'll be able to figure it out with like free collaging and journaling. So that's basically what I am doing right now. I'm just going to go through every single page and glue down these bits and pieces, and you'll see me like flipping back and forth and adding in like printable pattern paper pieces as well. And at the very end, I usually go with like foundational pattern paper pieces and then like patterns and text paper, and then probably the numbers, and the final tidbit would be like stickers and things. So I just go through like passes of like adding things in until I'm happy with whatever the baseline is going to be for all of these pages. That way I feel like it is ready for the start of December. And of course, because I have a newborn, it is difficult to do this kind of thing like all in one go. I just sort of leave it on my desk, and when I have a few minutes, like try to do something, and oftentimes I have like baby in my arm, so I have like one arm to do something. But basically I will just continue until I'm happy with like the baseline, so that I am ready for December 1st. And if you follow me on Instagram, I will probably be able to do like a final flip of what I have before December 1st there. So thanks so much for letting me share. And if you didn't know already, my name is Linda and I blog at tortagialla.com. You will find loads and loads of free printables on my blog. They are absolutely free for personal use, just posted on the blog post, no strings attached. So you can just go there and check out all of the pattern papers, printable stationery, collage sheets, like all of that kind of stuff that you can just download and print as you need for your journaling and collaging and whatever else you like to do in paper crafting. I am happy to share. Thanks so much for watching my video. And if you have other crafty friends, definitely let them know about my blog of free printables at tortagialla.com. Until next time.